Hey pros, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So today we're going to be doing an alopecia weaving service on my client who has scarring alopecia in her crown and also on her sides right near her temples. So to start off, we went ahead and did a full relaxer on her. Before you guys go on in, because I know a lot of you want to say it, oh, she has alopecia, why are you giving her a relaxer? Well, she's scarred, number one, so that hair is not coming back. Number two, she wants a actual style, and a relaxer was a part of that style. So before you judge, understand her situation and just give her some grace, because even her allowing us to show you guys this process is just her trusting me and knowing that I'm going to give her anything or the right thing that is going to work for her going forward. And we all want to look like a human being without the worry of looking like George Jefferson or the uncle at the barbecue. As women, our hair is our everything. So let's just be glad that we can even do a style on her going forward. Now, as I'm doing her cut, I want you guys to not forget, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget to thumbs up this video and comment down below at the end of the video and let me know what you guys think. Now, after her relaxer, as I said before, I'm doing her haircut. Of course, you guys know she hasn't had a haircut. Well, let me not say she hasn't had a haircut. She actually did have a haircut where she buzz cut the nape of her neck to suit another style that she had done. And then when she came in, she's like, Crystal, can you save this hair with a relaxer and a cut? Because I know I already did much of the butchering myself around the back part. And of course, your girl is a great cutter because I love to cut. So I went ahead and cleaned that up and just blended it all in. Now for the style that she chose, we are going to be putting extensions in her crown area, but we are going to be protecting that area to the best of our ability using my system that I kind of have catered to my alopecia clients and just making sure that I put at least 3 to 4 layers of protection on the crown area or anywhere that I'll be applying any form of adhesive. And that is just something that is super important to me. Just because she's scarred, that doesn't mean that I don't have to really protect that area. So what you see now, guys, is the finished product of me putting on 3 of the 4 layers of protection that goes in this area. Now, just for a little update, you guys, I am momming at the same time as I'm doing my voiceover. So you might hear baby C in the background, cooing and crying and carrying on. But you guys know how it goes. And I have to be mommy at the same time. So that's more important to me. But I definitely want to make sure that I get this content out to you guys so you guys can see that this is definitely something that is doable. It is possible. You just have to find the right person who understands what you're going through and has the ability or the skill set to be able to do this kind of style for you and also the haircut around it. Okay, so now that her hair is dry, I'm going to go ahead and start installing my tracks. Now, before you say it, you're going to say, oh my gosh, you're putting glue directly on her head. Well, probably because you didn't watch this entire video. So I'm going to need you to go back from the beginning and watch the process before we get here. Because sometimes you guys, you have to really see the process to understand how things can and can't be done. Now, the hair that I'm using, this is a 28 piece. So the hair pieces are a lot longer. This particular hair I like to use because it gives me a lot more hair to work with when it comes on to the haircut. And it also lays a lot better to mimic your natural hair growth because the wefts of these extensions are very fine. And they don't have really like a lot of bumps or lumps in the weft. Now, just a reminder, you guys, next week starts our Black Friday sale. As you guys know, we have some major sales going on. And we're also launching our newest collections, which is the low porosity collection. That is our low porosity ultra hydrate collection that includes snail mucin. For those of you that have never heard of snail mucin, that is snail slime, you guys. But it is really great on the skin and the hair, and no scales were harmed, no snails were harmed in that process. But I want you guys to definitely try out our low porosity collection because it is going to hydrate your hair to another level. I promise you that. Also, we have our new definitely curl defining hair gel that is infused with Jamaican black castor oil and also snail mucin. So it is a hydrating curl defining gel. Lastly, we have our Voila purple toning shampoo for all of my silver foxes out there or my blondies who need to get that yellow cast out of your hair. Yes, it is finally coming. Your girl has finally released and is about to launch that Voila shampoo. So you guys go and check it out, and just keep in mind all of our shampoos are sulfate free, and our low porosity collection is protein free, all in the same time. So those come out on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and also Small Business Saturday. So you guys go check out our website at elitehaircareusa.com. And then we have some other sales going on during the week, which is really unbelievable sales. And you guys get to save a ton and also get access to all of our Elite Hair Care products at a fairly discounted rate. Anyhow, no more shameless plugs. Let's keep going. All right, so I'm just applying her extensions right now and getting everything laid. There is a way that you do your application for your extensions that's super important. You do want to make sure that if you are a hairstylist, this is something that you really need to master, because I used to do it the traditional way, and what would end up happening is I'd have too little hair in the front to work with, and then too much hair in the back to work with. So now I've moved my closure point to a little bit farther back, because remember, you want to mimic the direction that the natural hair actually grows. And the natural hair grows all over, where you can put your closure piece anywhere, but I'm using extensions, you guys. So this is something that I am basically trying to manipulate to blend and match with her natural hair and also still give her an amazing style to go with it. So now it's time for us to blend this out to match her hair. Now, a word to the wise, if you are a stylist and you're doing styles like these and you are new to this, just make sure that even though we want to blend it all the way up and leave the ends nice and blunt, remember you are trying to blend this in with her hair, which is the reason why I'm using a razor rather than my shears. And you want to leave the crown a little bit longer so you have more hair to work with if need be. I like to do this before I mold my client so that I can see where the hair lays and if I need to make any corrections once she's dry. Remember also that her sides and back are not molded with the Elite Silk Wrap Foam just yet. So you do want to make sure that you take into account that the hair is still not 100% smooth. It's not laying 100%. When we say laying, meaning it's not laying flat. Yes, she's relaxed, but her hair just kind of air dried during this portion of the process. So the hair is not going to be bone straight and prepared for me to curl her. And you do need to take that into account when you are making your decision of how much hair you're cutting off during this phase. Now for her sides, I am going to be using some of the extensions to manipulate on her sides to make it look like that's her hairline. So it's super important that you do leave a good amount of length in the front and that you take a lot of that density out of the front, because the hairline is typically the most sparse place on our head naturally. Not just because she has alopecia in that area, but naturally that is the area that we see the most. That is the area that we care about the most. And you do want to make sure that it is laying down completely and able to give good coverage, which is the reason why I pulled the hair towards her face, because I needed it to cascade just as your natural hair would. And when I say natural hair, regardless if she's relaxed or natural, meaning her hair, not the extensions. So now it's time to get her molded and under the dryer so that we can start blending the extensions with her hair. I'm starting with a little bit of gel at the nape of her neck. Now, I know you guys are wondering, okay, so is this going to make the hair hard or crunchy? No, this is more for styling purposes, you guys. This actually allows the hair to lay a lot better. Shout out to Tony and Tina for this technique because I absolutely love this technique. And then I use my Elite Silk Wrap Foam to mold the remainder of her head and also apply it over the gel. The reason I'm applying it over the gel is because that is what actually softens the gel up. And it makes it where the gel gives it a hold, but it's not going to be crunchy. It's not going to leave it flaky. It's not going to leave it hard. But it's going to give it a nice layage and just make it where that hair still remains nice and straight. Now, our Elite Silk Wrap Foam can be used if you're natural or relaxed. This particular product is coming back in stock this week, right before our Black Friday sale. So if you are natural, if you are relaxed, you can definitely grab some of our Elite Silk Wrap Foam. And for all of my natural babies who love to define your curls, definitely get a jar of our Definitely Curl Defining Hair Gel infused with Jamaican Black Castor Oil and Snail Mucin for some extra hydration. Now I'm going to put her under the dryer and then she'll come back for us to complete the cutting and the style. This part does take a little bit longer only because this is just like if I was to wash my hair and mold it. Whereas if I wasn't and I just kind of just went forward with it, her hair would not blend in with the extensions. And this is super important because we do want it to mimic a style that is hers. Now we are using a different color. So of course we might say, oh no, well that's the different color. It's not going to look like her hair. But it's still going to blend as though we did highlights in her crown and her sides and back. So it's the same thing. Okay, so now that we're done with our blending, I'm just using my clippers to remove some of that density in her neck. I like to fade out these areas because most of us don't really want a lot of hair back there. It's gonna just start to bend. It starts to get nice and crunchy. I'll use that word when it comes time for the style to get a little old. So I blend that area out so that she has a good timing with her hair and it just grows back steadily for her over time. Now, this is also something, you guys, that my client was asking me. Her question was, how will she protect her hair at night? She knows nothing about hair, and she doesn't even know how to curl her hair, much less try to comb through it and fix it. So I always like to give my clients who are like this styles that they don't really have to do anything to. So I'm going to give her a much tighter curl. And then for her maintenance after the fact, she's going to she's going to cover her sides and back with her bandana, which she got her Top Notch Flames bandana, by the way. And then she will spray a little bit of Pump It Up or something on her hair in about 2 to 3 days at the crown area only, just to keep that area hard. So I am going to make the sides and the back nice and soft so that she can brush it. But for her crown area, where okay, you guys, for a style like this, please, this is not bonnet time. You guys know I am not a fan of the bonnets. You actually should be using more like a cotton or even something like a cotton blend or a polyester blend bandana that is not going to slide around on the head. Okay, you want to make sure that it's going to stay stationary. You can even use a Velcro wrap. For my clients like her who really know nothing about really taking care of their hair or trying to fix their hair if need be, I prefer the bandana because I know it's not going to go anywhere on the head. Hence the reason why I said use the Top Notch Flames bandana. It's nice and large. It covers the area really, really well. Those can be found at topnotchflames.com. And then I'm just going to continue to go around and curl her hair. Now for the crown area, I gave her some curls. And the reason why I did the curls is because I know that I can make it nice and hard and the curls not really go anywhere. And then, like I said, in about 2 to 3 days, she'll spray it again. This is exactly how I take care of my hair at home. The only difference is, of course, it's my hair, whereas this is really extensions. Okay, so now we are just completing the crown area with the curls. Now her sides and her back, she doesn't really have to worry so much about. They're gonna lay nice and flat. But this is where I begin to build the rest of the style by using that pump it up. And as I was doing this part, you know, in my mind, I'm like, ooh, this is so pretty. She's gonna love this. She's gonna love this. Well, she's like, as soon as I was done, she's like, can you not put it on my face? I cannot deal with anything in my face. Now, you guys can tell this is barely on her face. But I do respect my clients, which is you guys. I know this style is like, oh, I'm like, oh, this is firm. This is perfect. This is perfect. But no, at the same time, she wanted less hair on her face. So I went ahead and pushed it back and made it nice and tight. And then I really sprayed the life out of this style to make sure that it stayed up on her head. Now, I want you guys to go ahead, comment down below, tell me what you guys thought about the finished style. Also, don't forget, we have our last Black Friday Unleashed sale going on this Wednesday for our Crystal W site and this Friday for our Elite Hair Care site. And then we roll into the Black Friday week sale, which starts next Wednesday. And that is when we launch all of our new collections. But like I said, you guys, comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about the finish, thought about the blend. And I'll see everybody in the next video. And I appreciate everybody if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're here, if you're new. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Bye.